What's up everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J here with a review, swatches, and a tutorial using the new Natasha Denona Gold eyeshadow palette. I'm so excited to finally have this palette for you guys to be able to do this review. I have been seeing pictures online and every single picture I feel like look totally different, so I really never got an accurate representation of what these colors look like and what the palette is going to really look like. In some of the pictures, the palette just looks like the same tone of gold. In another picture, the palette looks totally different. In another picture, I really couldn't get the scoop, but today I got y'all. Here's the packaging that the palette comes in, very sleek black, and it has Natasha Denona written here, gold palette, and it says that it has 15 different eyeshadows. In each pan of eyeshadows, like usual, there's 2.5 grams of product. Here she is. Oh my goodness. Whoa, I blinded you. This thing is shiny. It looks like Willy Wonka's golden ticket. It's just really beautiful and highly reflective. It is not mirrored. It's in that same texture as her other eyeshadow palettes, but this one is just super reflective like that. So I'm gonna hold this palette down so I don't blind you again. But this palette retails for $129. I got mine from Sephora. She also sells it on her website as well as on Beautylish. I will have all of it linked down below in the description box. So the description on Sephora.com says that this palette debuts shades of gold in an array of different textures. It also includes browns and greens to complement any of the gold hues. So you can create a broad range of eye looks from natural to golden to dramatic glam. So I feel like this concept is really cool because it is a palette full of the same color but different variations of the color. Which essentially, I know a lot of people may have an issue with that because it's like, I don't need a palette full of the same color. But honestly, you're doing it anyways when you buy a lot of different palettes that also have the same color. Natasha Denona just cut out the fluff when they said, okay, we're gonna make a gold for your new holiday palette. Tell me which one you like. She was like, all of them. So we're gonna put all of them in a palette, and that's exactly what she did. So let me open this baby up. It comes with a mirror. Her new norm is to come with the shades on a plastic insert. They're not printed on the palette. So here is the palette. I feel like this palette is absolutely gorgeous to look at. It's even prettier in person than it was online. I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about it online, but in person I really like it. There are different finishes of eyeshadow in this palette. So of the 15 shades, they have metallics, they have creamy mattes, they have pressed glitter, which she calls pearl glitter, and one duochrome. So there's different variations of gold. Let's count how many golds are in this palette. So there's one. If you want to count this one, it's like a white gold, you can, but I'm not going to count it. So 1, 2, 3. This one is like a bronzy color, but I'll go ahead and count it. 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? In my opinion, all of the golds in this palette are pretty different. The only two that kind of resemble each other, this shade right here, Alchemist and Kava, they look the same, but when you swatch them, you'll see that they're different finishes, so they're going to give different effects. If you're not into makeup, then I can see where you're like, okay, it's giving me the same eye look, it's not varying enough. But for me, I feel like I can work this palette and create different eye looks with the different golds because they have different undertones. And with them having different undertones, it's gonna look like a totally different color. But the mid-tone browns in here are very similar. So we have this mid-tone brown, we have this mid-tone brown, and we have this mid-tone brown. This one right here is more so of like a mustardy type brown, so it does differ. For me, I wouldn't take out any of the gold colors. I would have liked to see her replace either this color, or this color with a deeper color, just so we can get more depth to the palette. In the description box, Natasha says that these are all new colors. No, they're not. This shade right here, Aria, it actually is in the Star palette as well as in the Mini Star palette. So you'll get a duplicate of that if you have those palettes already. I have all of Natasha Denona's eyeshadow palettes. I collect them, and I will insert swatches comparing this palette to other palettes. Aside from the colors, this palette is very well formulated. These mattes in here are very, very creamy. They're pigmented. I did get kickback when I was dusting my brush in there, but that's pretty normal. But when I was applying it on the face, I didn't get any fallout from the mattes. I did get a little bit of fallout like from the pressed glitters, but you can really avoid that if you spray it with some Fix Plus or if you use an additional adhesive to bind the pigments together, but you don't have to do that. In the eye demonstration, you'll see I did not use any additional adhesives. I think that the formulation of this eyeshadow palette is really nice, and I think the composition of the eyeshadow palette is beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into swatches of the palette, and then I'll jump into the demonstration of the eye look. Don't forget to subscribe, that way you can keep up with my channel, and I hope that you all enjoy. Anything to set my base with, so I'm just gonna go in with ARIA and a Tom Ford blending brush, and I'm gonna take this in my crease. So let's do back and forth blending motions to deposit this color, and this is gonna be our transition color. So back and forth, back and forth. It's a nice transition color because it's going to allow us to blend down the rest of the colors and it'll look seamless. So next I'm going to take the color Dijon, just because I need to see what this color is looking like. I'm going to take this directly in the crease. So come down, and right on the edge of where ARIA ends, I'm going to apply this color, concentrate it in the crease. And this is one of those colors that's ugly, but it's cute though. So just when you apply it, it looks kind of like greenish, but it just gives like a really cute vibe, almost like MAC Uninterrupted, but it looks cute. And same brush, and I'm going to take the color Log. Let's take this right on the outer corner and blend it up. So pack it on the lid to make that color concentrated, and then take the edge with no additional product and diffuse that crease. Like so. Now I'm going to switch to a flat shader brush. This is a MAC 242 brush, and I'm going to dip into the color Sparks. Let's see how this performs. I'm going to pop this on my inner corners. So I'm just going to use packing motions and press this on. And pack it on and blend it over. This is basically a pressed glitter. Same brush, and I'm going to take the color Kava. You can use your fingers for those type shadows to get a better color payoff, but I need the control and precision of a brush, so I prefer to use that method. I'm just going to pack this on my lid. That color is really pretty. So leave a little space open, but just pack this on and pack on that color. And I am getting a little bit of fallout with this shade, which is to be expected. This is an absolutely beautiful color. It reminds me of fairy dust. Same brush, and I'm going to take the color Brass. And this one is a little bit chunkier. Just be careful with it. And I'm going to apply that in that empty space, blending it with this color and that matte color. So just take your time, so not to overpower that matte color. We don't want to cover it up. We just want to tap right on the edge where the brown color is, just to marry it together. So I added a few finishing touches to my face. All details will be listed down in the description box. So let's go ahead and finish off the eyes. So I'm gonna go back in with Sparks, and I want to re-intensify that on the inner corner. And I'm going to wrap that around very carefully, stopping it about here. And same brush, and I'm going to take this color. I don't know if it's called Varus or Varus. And let's put that on the center. Lastly, I'm going to go back in with Log. Carefully connect it to the top, so diffuse this color. And here's my final look using the gold palette. I love this palette. I love the golds in here. I love the mattes in here. I think that it's pretty. Do I think that it's 100% necessary? No. I have other gold shades in my collection, but I will say that the gold shades in this palette do differ enough for me to justify personally to be able to keep this palette and enjoy this palette. If you're not a person who wears gold eyeshadow, or if you're a person who's collected every single gold eyeshadow and has every single variation of gold possible, then I don't think that is necessary for you to have. But do I think that it's pretty? Yes. Do I think that it performs well? Yes. I love it. I love the packaging, even though I'm gonna mess it up. It's already getting messed up. I love the packaging. I love the varying tones of gold. I'm a gold girl, and I'll get good use out of this palette because even though it's all gold, there are different tones, there are different undertones and different finishes. So to me, sold. Let me know what you all think. I hope that this video helps you make a decision whether or not you want to get this palette. It does not say that it's limited edition, so maybe you have a little bit of time to make up your mind about it, but I think that it's fire. So if you have not already, please make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. That way you can keep up with me because I have a lot of videos to post for you guys. So don't get lost in the sauce. I will check you guys in my very next video, which will be super soon, probably tomorrow. Smooches! Bye.